Are you someone that's been trying to figure out which business to start? You have so many different options, so many skill sets, so many gifts, but it's hard for you to decide which one will make the most sense for where you are right now. Well, in this short video, I'm going to show you how to choose the right business for your good and for your clients' good as well. This is a common question. Honestly, this is a common conversation that I get amongst so many people who are wanting to grow financially. Um, it's it's a really good question. Honestly, I think that when you consider um, where you are right now and where you desire to be, business is a great option to choose from. I don't think that everyone will be a business owner, but I do think that people will own something. However, if you're looking to figure out what business to start, here's one reason not to go into business. You should not go into business if your only purpose is to make money. And the reason why I say this is because that's what I did when I first started. I was literally chasing the bag. People say you got to get to the bag, you got to secure the bag, you got to do these different things, but I didn't see the big picture. I didn't see how what I was actually trying to do for people actually could help them in who I actually wanted to help. It's one thing to get into business for the money, but it's another thing to get in business because you want to solve a problem. And I always say that if you're going to get in business, don't get in business just for the money because the money will come. Get into business because you know how to solve a problem. And the reason why that's important for you to know is business is driven by problems and solutions. The cycle of a business is made up of a big problem, a big audience, and a big solution, and a big problem, a big audience, and a big solution, which is why so many businesses have grown because the more solutions that you can come up with someone or for someone can cause the resources that you have within yourself to increase tremendously. The bigger the problem, the bigger the payoff, the bigger the payoff, the bigger the price, the bigger the price, the bigger your pockets. And it's a beautiful thing to have more money, but what comes with that is you want to have more money with the intent of solving problems because the Bible says it like this: the greatest is the person that serves. So if you're not someone that's in it to serve people, then you shouldn't be in business at all. You shouldn't be doing anything. You should really be thinking about how can I serve people at the highest capacity or at my highest level. That's a phenomenal segue into business. Is I need to know who I can serve at the highest level based upon my skill set and everything that I already have. So it's important for you to grasp that concept. Money is the last part of the business. It's not the least important, but it should not be the driving force. Now we do understand that businesses run, if there's no money in the business, then it's not a business. And I completely understand that. However, what you want to be cognizant of as you are desiring to enter into business is what problem are you going to solve? What problem are you going to solve? And I use a three what's the word? A 3-point method to determine what business you should go into. Another thing and another reason why you should or another reason why you should not go into business is exclusively because something is your passion. Not all passion should be converted into profit. Some passions should just stay passions and you just enjoy your passion. And it's okay to have a passion. It's okay to not monetize your passion. It's perfectly fine because not even to that point, not all passions should be profited because then it could bring stress to you that now takes away the enjoyment of you and your passion. So the 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 precursor to starting a business should also be, or always be, what does the market actually need? When I hyper focus on problems that are aware, I was talking to my wife the other day. She actually sent me something. Um, I was I cooked for Thanksgiving and we took some food to our in laws house, and some of the juices of the food got on the carpet of the vehicle, and I said, "Dang, I wish I would have something that I could put the food in, that even if it spills, it won't spill in our car." A few weeks later, we found something that could do that for us. And I said, "Wow, I don't know why I didn't think of it." But sometimes the issue is we're only focused on our problems and we don't necessarily consider the problems that are all around us all the time. And that is actually one of the ways that I got into tax planning, because it was a big problem for one. And I said, well, if it's a big problem for one, it could also be a big problem for other people. And so it then led me into a more high level route of serving people at a higher level. Um and it was phenomenal. It was a phenomenal opportunity. And so I say all that to say, you do not get into business because you exclusively need money. You also don't get into business because it's your passion, and you also don't get into business without evaluating what the market needs. If the market is going in a specific direction, and you want a business that goes in the opposite direction of the market, it doesn't make sense. You're not going to make any money, and you're going to be disappointed. The market will always tell you what it needs, but even beyond the market's needs, being a forward thinking individual will bring you into a place whereby you can see, after this need is met, what's going to happen after that. I hope that makes sense. So there's a 3 point method that I use to help people identify what business to start that will allow them to help the greatest number of people and still enjoy serving them. The first point that I want people to understand is that you must be proficient in something. If you're not going to buy a business, you need to be, and you want to start a business from scratch. This is for those people, this is for them. You need to be proficient in what you do. You need to know what you're doing. Why? Because if you suck, nobody's going to pay you. It's just that simple. Your proficiency is necessary in order to get the people results. People, what do people pay for? They pay for uh speedy solutions, they pay for convenient solutions, and they pay for solutions that don't require their energy. If I'm good at what I do, I'm pulling all of that into, or taking all that into consideration in order to get someone a result, right? So your proficiency level is an indicator of what business to start. So I always tell people to do this. Take an audit of every person that you've helped in the last 10 years. If you haven't been working for 10 years, the last 5. If you haven't been working for 5, the last 3. It does not matter whether it's paid or whether it's volunteer work. What are the common denominators of what you've done for people? How did what you do, or what was their problem when they first met you? What did you do to solve it? And when you solved it, what was the outcome? That is a perfect segue into understanding where your proficiencies are. One of the things that I realized in the last couple of years of my life is that I've been teaching, coaching, instructing, guiding, consulting since I was in middle school. It's always been part of my nature to, and not because I've always wanted to be in front. It's just the natural part of the direction of my life. I've been a person that has been a leader, and a leader is someone that could bring people, the people who follow him, or her uh, into the promised land or into a specific place. And so when I'm thinking about business, I'm thinking about it from that perspective as well. So that is my level of proficiency. I've been a coach, a consultant, a teacher, a preacher. All these different things are all part of my proficiency level. And when you take into account what you have done for people, that is a sign of the proficiency level that you're on. And if you want to increase that, you need to just help more people. That's plain and simple. But not only does it have to be in your proficiency level, it needs to be a part of your purpose. If you don't know why you are actually on the earth, you may be good at something, but it may not necessarily be connected to why you're actually here. See, the reason why you'd want to build a business that's connected to purpose because it gives you a deeper meaning and a deeper connection so you can empathize with people better. I'm able to see from people's perspectives because I've empathized with them to a point where no matter what I charge them, I'm charging them that price because I know that I can help them at the highest level at that price point, right? And it's part of my purpose to help people financially. Part of my lifetime assignment is to make sure that people know how to make money, know how to keep the money, know how to manage it, know how to multiply it, know how to do all those things with the money. And so if I'm not doing that, then I'm losing my why. Why? Because when you are financially astute or financially free, you can enjoy the rest of your life. There's less stress. You don't have to worry about the fact that you can't pray. Now you have all the time because you know how to make money. You don't have to worry about the IRS because you know how to master taxes. You don't have to worry about retirement because you know exactly what to do with it. See, these are the conversations that I'm having with my clients, and it every day that I wake up, it increases my desire because I'm able to help more people. So not only should you be good in it, but it should also be a part of your purpose if you're starting it from scratch. Now, with that after that, the last point is passion. I said earlier, don't build a business strictly off passion. If you have passion, but you don't have purpose or proficiency, you can be, your heart could be in something, but you may not be good at it on a large scale. And it may not wake you up in the morning. It may not be something that drives you to do it. It just you just do it when you feel like it. It's a passion for you. But the thing about passion, when passion and purpose connect, not only do you have the why, but you also have the desire behind the why. It's almost like when passion is involved, you're like, wow, I get to do this. It's no longer I have to or it's an obligation. It's That's what purpose is, an obligation. Passion is, wow, I get to do this every day of my life. Wow. It's an opportunity to do this. And so the passion and purpose can sound the same, but they're not. Purpose is obligation. Passion is opportunity, if that makes sense. And so those are the 3 points that I always use. Is it part of your passion? If it's part of your passion, but it's not part of your purpose, you'll be doing, you'll be trying to get paid for something, and then you'll be charging people less. If it's part of your passion, but it's not part of your proficiency level, then you'll do it just enough, but you won't be excellent at it. If it's part of your proficiency level, but it's not part of your purpose, you'll be good at it. You'll be good at it, but you'll hate to do it because it doesn't wake you up at night. It's not something that drives you, right? And so you need these 3 things. If you don't have purpose, proficiency, or passion all in one, when those 3 collide, you now have a synergy that brings people into loving you so that you wake up in the morning and you love to do it. And you know that you've accomplished what you're doing when people come back and testify and say how much you've helped them get the result that you like or that they desire. And so that is the way that you pick up. If you're going to start a business from scratch, start it from your purpose, proficiency, and your passion. All three together. You cannot segment them and get the same results. So that's my 2 cents. If you are somebody who wants to turn your expertise into income, I have a program called Skill to Paid. And this program is a free, quote unquote, it's free in cost, but it will cost you your time. This program helps entrepreneurs, coaches, skilled experts, professionals, consultants turn their head knowledge, what they know how to do and what they love to do, it turns that into income online. It's free in cost. But if you're willing to put in the work, it will work for you. So I say all that to say, if you have purpose, if you have proficiency, and you have passion, you will create a business that will go beyond you. One of the things that I always look for, and when I'm dealing with businesses, is what is the thing that caused the business to start. The big thing is a problem, but then you have people, founders, who are passionate about the problem, who are purpose for the problem, but also were proficient enough to solve it, even if they weren't the actual ones solving it. But they knew how to connect people who were smarter than them to bring a solution. That is how businesses grow, flourish, and exist beyond time. If you can think from the problem into the solution, you'll never be broke. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.